Okay, hi everyone! I am finally getting to post my tips and tricks for application of Jamberry. Plus, for those who have issues with curved nails and getting ripples, I have that issue, so I will show you the simple ways to get the little ripples out and to get your Jamberry wraps to last a really long time. So the first big part is nail prep. If you don't prep your nail, they'll fall off. It's like doing anything with your nails, with acrylics, anything, you have to prep your nail. So they always say wash your hands first. I don't, because then you have more water on your hands, and hopefully wash your hands recently. They want you to push your cuticle back because our nail wraps will not stick to a cuticle. So you can get an orange stick. You can get an actual cuticle. Hi, Barney. Watch out. He wanted to do some Jamberry. You can get an actual cuticle pusher, which this one's a little scary because it's got a sharp tool in the end, but that's to help with the cuticle. I just use an orange stick, and you want to make sure that you push your cuticle back really good. Sometimes you'll notice a little white spot on your nails. That is actually your invisible cuticle. So at least you kind of have an idea that you have one. Everyone does, but usually they're hard to find. Then they say buff your nail. Buffing doesn't do enough for my nails, so I take a really fine nail file, and I actually just file to roughen the surface. I make sure to get on top of that invisible cuticle to kind of get rid of it. We also have a great tool called the cuticle remover pen where you just wipe it on, wait 2 minutes, push it back, and it actually kind of removes it easier that way, but I don't want to wait the 2 minutes, so I just buff with my nail file. So it's rough, it's white. Now you want to clean it. We do have the nail prep cleanser, non-acetone, which is great, and it comes with a little top. It's cute. They're actually going to start making a bigger bottle. If you don't want to buy it, you don't have to. You can just use rubbing alcohol wipe or rubbing alcohol, put it on a cotton ball. Now this part you want to be really aggressive with. You really want to rub it really well. Make sure you get all the edges, the cracks, and the crevices. This is going to affect how well your wrap sticks. It will remove the oil from your nail, so do not touch your nail that you've cleaned after you've prepped it. I'm a little anal. It evaporates, but I just use my little mini heater to dry it even better. If you have a blow dryer, you can use that. I just like our mini heater because it's super quiet and I can use it while my daughter sleeps, which is like the only time I can do my nail wraps. Okay, so it's dry. So next thing you want to do is you want to, here's my sheet of wraps. There are nail exclusives from the classic style box of this month, which I will explain style box in a day or so. But these are my new favorite wraps. And I already have them on my other hand. So you want to take your finger, don't touch the nail, and you want to figure out the size of the wrap that's going to fit. You don't want it to be bigger than your nail because you want, it won't stick to skin and it won't seal. And if you can't get that good seal, then it's just going to come up right away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my wrap. I figured it out. It's going to be this one. You only need half of a wrap per fingernail, unless you have acrylics and they're longer or you just have insanely long nails. Do not touch the wrap with your fingers because that is another reason why it won't stick, because you get oil on them. I like to use my tweezers. Other people will lift it with an orange stick. Totally fine. What you're going to do, some people actually apply the heat first. I find that I mess up when I put it on and I put it on crooked. If you don't put heat on first, you can actually lift it up with your tweezers and fix it, and it won't affect the adhesiveness. So I'm going to put it on. I try to center it and go as close to where my cuticle is as possible because I don't like tons of nail showing. So here's what it looks like right now. Hopefully it's a little focused. Don't push it down yet. So what I do is I start to apply the pressure on the center only. Then I take my heat source and I slowly apply heat to just one side. I only do one side at a time because then if it's not straight, then I can change it. Or if it ends up being a little slightly off, I can heat it and stretch it. So it actually was perfect. So I'm just going to apply a lot of pressure. You can also use your orange stick with that flat edge to apply a lot of pressure. You want to rub it really good. Now I'm going to do the other side. And you only take a couple seconds to actually apply the heat. You'll notice, see, this side was a little short. So what I'm going to do is pull it with my tweezers and stretch it out a little bit. It's really easy because with the heat it makes it super duper thin. Okay, so I'm going to apply a little more heat. And then I'm going to press really good. Rub it, rub it, rub it. This is where I use my middle one. But again, that orange stick works really good. And it's nice because they're super cheap. Okay, now one of the issues is almost all of my nails are curved. So I can get rippling. And I don't like that. So one of the good tricks is make sure you have a little excess. Barney, watch out, please. Thank you. Don't need to eat my nail wrap. So one of the tricks is have some overhang. What you're going to do is you're going to heat it for a few seconds. And like I said, you can use a blow dryer. It works really good. I would just put it on the low setting or else it's going to be a lot of air really fast. You'll see it kind of gets a little more flimsy. What you do is this time you can use your fingers and you pull. This will stretch it out a little more. And it kind of gets some air out. If there's any air trapped, it kind of gets it out. And then I apply a little more pressure towards my tip. Now, if you have any ripples on the side, it can happen. It's totally fine. It's because if you have curved nails, and also if you didn't prep right, you could just get a little bit of ripple. So what I do is I use metal tweezers. They're great. What I do is I hold the non-sharp end, up to the heat source for a few seconds. Now this will get warm, especially because it's metal. It will hold the heat for a few seconds. Then what I do is I take the end and I apply it to where that ripple is on the side. And I just apply it. Sometimes I rub. Sometimes you might need to do a little more heat on the tweezer. Sometimes you might need a little heat on the wrap and the tweezer, which is what I find works best. That way you're getting double the heat. And then you just apply and rub. And that always gets it out. If you didn't nail prep good enough, like if you didn't get really aggressive with that alcohol wipe, there might be a little more nail dust still or nail oil, and that's when it won't usually go down. Which means you just take it off, do it again, but thank goodness you got 18 actual little wraps, so you can do 4 different mani. So you have tons of extras in case you mess up. Okay, so now, I lost my nail clippers. Okay, so if you have really short nails, some of my nails are because I bite my nails. Luckily, the nail wraps have been keeping me from it, but when I leave my nail wraps off for 2 days, I go crazy and bite my nails. So some of my nails are too short. So what you do is I clip right up and slightly clip my nail. So you don't actually need to shape or trim your nail ahead of time because you're going to be doing it in the final steps. So for the short nails, you just trim it. And then if you want to file it, take your rougher file. The black Jamberry ones work great. Or you can just get a rougher nail file. Totally works. They sell them all over. And you're going to file completely 90-degree angle. Don't go up and down. Just go down, start over. Down, start over, down, start over. This helps seal the edge of the wrap to your nail. That heat actually activates adhesive, but this helps seal the edge a little bit better. For those who have short nails, you can just trim it. You don't have to file it, but if your nail is a little longer, filing works better. I am really rough with my nails, and I use my nails as a tool. I scrape things. I'm doing dishes at least twice a day, changing bottles, washing my hands, tons. So what I found works really good for me is I actually angle my file when I'm filing my nails. And it will create a slight lip, but it's very minimal. What this does is when you're using your nails as a tool, you're not actually using the wrap. Let's see. So I don't know if you can see. There's a slight edge. You can see it on that one. Okay, so we got our slight edge. I always add just a little heat just in case. And then push it down one more time. And then my favorite advice is top with a clear coat. Hold on, baby. Miranda wants to be in the video. So then you top with a clear coat. Topping with a clear coat just adds extra security for that sealant. It helps seal the edges a little bit better. And then it just helps seal especially the end. If you just take your clear polish and you do a sweep it on the end, that's what they call capping it. It helps just with that watertight bond again. And then what I do, I cheat. I use my little heater and my nails are dry in less than 30 seconds. Hold on, you can say hi 1 sec. Okay, come here. And those are our tips and tricks for today. So if you have any questions, feel free to text me, message me on Facebook, or just comment on my page. I'll post more videos and more tips and tricks, but those are the ones that work for me. Again, tons of people have issues with oily nails or ripples because of curved nails, but I promise the nail reps will work for you. You just gotta prep and learn these simple tricks. Thanks, guys. Say bye.